Hello, my lovelies. It is time for round 78 of Have I Read It? So stay tuned. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. Have I Read It is one of my multiple TBR games that I play in order to help pick my TBR for the upcoming month. And in this one, you get to help pick my TBR. The way this works is I react to a haul from over 3 years ago and I tell you if I've read the book, if I haven't read the book, or if I've unhauled the book. And out of all the books that I still own that I have not read, you get to vote on which book or books you want me to read in the upcoming month. And depending on how many I have in the I still own but have not read, that will determine how many I have to pick. So if I have 1 to 10 that I haven't read, then I'll pick the number 1 voted book. If I have 11 to 20, I'll pick the top 2 voted books, and so on and so on. So today we're going to be reacting to my book haul March 2020. And from the thumbnail, it doesn't look like there's too many books stacked like this. So maybe I've gotten a lot of them knocked out. Fingers crossed. I hope I have. I'm also going to try to speed through this video because honestly it's late and I need to go to sleep. But we're going to try to get it done. All right, so let's just jump right into it and see what the first book is. Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome to my channel. Today I have my March book haul for you, so stay tuned. So I didn't go as crazy as I did in February where I got like 37 books. This month I've accumulated only 12, which is still a lot, but it's better, right? Okay, so only one of these books are books that I actually purchased. The other are all from the Amazon Vine program. So they are books that were sent to me for review. So the first book I have here, and this is the one that I purchased. If you watched my Wheel of TBR, which I'll link up here, I had to, I spun and landed on Treat Your Shelf. So I went on my Amazon wish list and just picked the book that was at the top of my wish list. And that was Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez. I have read and still own Only Mostly Devastated. Awesome. Next. Okay, now on to the other 11 books. 3 of these I think are already finished copies, paperbacks, and the rest are ARCs. So the first one I have here is Downsizing, the 5-Step Method for Life Transitions Big and Small by Mia Daniel. I have not read this one. I do still own it, but I don't know if this is one that I want to put on this, because I feel like this is something like you read, and as you're reading it you do the thing, and this is something that like a workbook type thing that you use over a long period of time. So maybe I just won't mark anything for this because I really don't know what category to put this in. Because I don't want to make it one that you would vote for. Because I'm not really in a good place to tackle that. Some other time maybe. Alright, let's just continue on. These next 2 are actually cookbooks because we're, eating healthier and all of that. So when some healthy choices that I could see us actually using came up, I picked them up. The first one is, and this is totally not because anybody has this condition, but because of the type of recipes that are in this. And it is the Rheumatoid Arthritis Healing Plan, a holistic guide and cookbook for inflammation relief. And this is by Caitlin Sampson. I think I actually unhauled that cookbook because it wasn't so much of a cookbook. Like there was 40 pages maybe in the whole thing that were like actually recipes, and the rest was talking about a bunch of other stuff, and I wasn't a big fan. So yeah, I'm just gonna mark this one as unhauled. Next. And then the next one is another cookbook, and that is Keto, A Woman's Guide and Cookbook, the groundbreaking program for effective fat burning, weight loss, and hormonal balance. I'm pretty sure I still own this one, and for cookbooks, typically I would just put as read, because you don't like read a cookbook from front to back. You just kind of flip through it and find recipes you need when you need it. So I count that as read. So continuing on. Okay, so now on to all of the ARCs here. I've actually placed them in order by release date. So I think like the first two have already come out. Maybe the first three. I think these are February, this is March, and then the rest are like May, June, and July. So the first one I have here is The Stars We Steal by Alexa Dawn, or Doan. I feel like this is one that I've unhauled, but let me check. Yes, I did unhaul that one. Alright, next up. Next up we have King and the Dragonflies by Kaysen Callender. I have read and unhauled King and the Dragonflies. Next. Okay, next up we have Most Likely by Sarah Watson. I have read and still own Most Likely. Next. Okay, and then the rest are ones that haven't come out yet. Though, I don't know when this video is going to actually post, so maybe some of them are already out. So the first one I have here is The Lion's Den. It comes in this little slip case here. So The Lion's Den by Catherine St. John. Okay, I have not read this. I'm pretty sure I still own it, but let me check. Yes, this one says, Belle likes to think herself immune to the dizzying effects of fabulous wealth, but when her best friend Summer invites her on a glamorous getaway to the Mediterranean aboard her billionaire boyfriend's yacht, the only sensible answer is yes. Belle hopes the trip will be a much-needed break from her stalled acting career and uniquely humiliating waitressing job. But once she's aboard the luxurious Lion's Den, it soon becomes clear this jet-setting holiday is not as advertised. Belle's dream vacation quickly devolves into a nightmare as she and the handful of other girls Summer invited are treated more like prisoners than guests by their controlling host, and in one terrifying moment, Belle comes to see Summer for who she truly is, a vicious gold digger who will stop at nothing to get what she wants. Belle realizes she's going to have to keep her wits about her and her own big secret closely hidden if she wants to make it off the yacht alive. So if you want me to read this, vote The Lion's Den. Alright, next up. Next up we have The Book of Second Chances by Catherine Slee. I feel like I might have unhauled this. I can't recall. Yes, I did unhaul that one. Alright, next up. Next up we have Siri, Who Am I by Sam Tashida. I have read and still own Siri, Who Am I? That was such a cute little book. Alright, next up. Next we have Mother, Daughter, Widow, Wife by Robin Wasserman. I feel like I might have unhauled this one. Yes, I did unhaul this. Alright, the next book looks like our last, so yeah, I went through this pretty quick. Alright, next up. And then the last book I have here is Dear Emmy Blue by Leah Lewis. I feel like this is one I still own, but let me check. It is. So this says, at 16, Emmy Blue stood in the fields of her school and released a red balloon into the sky. Attached was her name, her email address, and a secret she desperately wanted to be free of. Weeks later, on a beach in France, Lucas Moreau discovered the balloon and immediately emailed the attached address, sparking an intense friendship between two teens. Now, 14 years later, Emmy is hiding the fact that she's desperately in love with Lucas. She has pinned all her hopes on him and waits patiently for him to finally admit that she's the one for him. So dedicated to her love for Lucas, Emmy has all but neglected her life outside this relationship. She's given up the search for her absentee father, no longer tries to build bridges with her distant mother, and lives as a lodger to an old lady she barely knows after being laid off. And when Lucas tells Emmy he has a big question to ask her, she's convinced this is the moment he'll reveal his feelings for her. But nothing in life ever goes quite as planned, does it? Filled with heart and humor, Dear Emmy Blue beautifully captures the heartache and frustrations of carrying our teenage selves with wherever we go. That is perfect for fans of Eleanor feeling it is completely fine and Evie Drake starts over. So if you want me to read this, vote Dear Emmy Blue. And that means there's only 2 books to choose from. So we have Dear Emmy Blue or The Lion's Den. So comment down below which of these 2 books you would like for me to read next month. And I will pick the one with the most votes. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye!